Hello and welcome to another OFP video where we're trying to clarify certain topics, explain certain features available by OFP, and mainly go into some of our FAQs and questions that come up very regularly on our Discord community. So today's topic is the OFP scaling plan. The aim of the scaling plan is to reward the most consistent traders over a longer period of time. It cannot be reached quickly. So this is not something that will make you rich very quickly, is accessible quickly and has any shortcuts. Instead, this scaling plan is for those who have good risk management and a mentality and an approach to trading that is set more for the long term and for that mentality needed for trading, where there is good risk management and they have developed this maybe over a longer period of time, and that's what we're trying to reward. So let's see how this works. First, we'll cover it in theory, and then I will give an example with numbers, numerically. If you achieve 15% returns on your account consecutively for 4 months in a row, the starting balance, so the balance of the account against which results and the rules are measured, is increased by 25%. So, as I said, this also applies to the account balance. This is repeated time and time again until the end balance of your account is the maximum possible of £5 million. So let's look at an example. We often find that people may not understand what this means, and so we're going to go into the numbers to clarify every extent. So let's assume you've purchased a £100,000 account from OFP. We're also going to assume that you're a very good and consistent trader and that you managed to get exactly 15% monthly returns 4 months in a row. So what this means is that at the end of month 4, your account balance is going to say £160,000. But because you've managed to reach the goal required for the scaling to kick in, we're going to scale your account by 25% of the initial balance. So what that means is that 25% of £100,000 is £25,000. So this is also given to you in theory. So your balance will now show £185,000. So the increase is also very important for the rules of OFP. What this means is that for the first 4 months, as we say, on any account, your daily drawdown limit is 5% and your total is 10%. So at the start, for the first 4 months, your daily drawdown limit will be £5,000 and your monthly, or your total, would be £10,000. But with the scaling, this will also go up. So the base account, as we said, increases by 25% when you've managed to achieve 4 months consecutive of 15%. So that will go from 100,000 to 125,000. So now your daily drawdown is 5% of the 125,000, which is now 6,250, and your total drawdown is now 10% of that, which is £12,500. So, as I mentioned before, the cycle is repeated until your end balance is 5 million, not the base balance. So in the next slide, we'll have a look at a table, and this should hopefully become slightly clearer. So this is the table of monthly progressions if the targets are met perfectly with a £100,000 account. So each period on the left column indicates 4 months. So this is if you achieve 4 months of 15% return. So as we see in period 1, you start, your reference deposit, so to speak, is £100,000. Your target monthly profits are £15,000. And if you achieve this, the scaling is £25,000. So if achieved, the end balance, so at the end of month 4, your account will read £185,000. Now you've achieved the scaling. So the reference deposit, i.e. effectively the base account, goes up from £100,000 to £125,000. This means that your target monthly profits also increase to 15% of the £125,000, which is £18,750. So as if you make if you earn 18,750 4 months in a row, at least, you will then be scaled up again. The scaling again is 25% of £125,000, which is £31,250. So if you achieve this for 4 months consecutively, your end balance will be £291,250. So again, just to go over it and show where that comes from, that would be 185,000 plus 18,750 4 times over, plus the scaling at the end of that, which is 31,250. And this is repeated 4 months at a time, over and over. And you can see how, as your account is scaled, the base account against which rules and the target monthly profits are calculated increases. And you can also see how your end balance increases at ever increasing intervals. So this means that between period 12 and 13, you will see your end balance reach 5 million, and your reference balance, so to speak, will be somewhere around £1.2 million. And this is against what your rules and your target monthly profits will be measured. The limit is £5 million, and so in around period 12, just after, that's where it will reach its cap. But at that point, that indicates that you are making regularly, consecutively, around £200,000 per month, simply in profits, which would be great. Now, it's also very important to clarify for some people that recently OFP has increased its total capital allocation from 100,000 to 300,000 pounds or any currency denomination. What this means is that in the past, you were only allowed to have accounts whose sum of values went to 100,000. So you could either have £100,000 account, two £50,000 accounts, or so on. Whereas now it's 300,000, which means you can purchase 3 £100,000 accounts. Now this does have an impact on the time it might take to reach a £5 million scaling plan. So as I said in the table prior, it could take just over 12 4-month periods, so just over 4 years, to reach 5 million. Whereas with 300,000, this means that you're scaling far quicker, and you could reach a scaled account of 5 million in as little as 2.5 years. Now, to put that into perspective, you could work for 40 years of your life in your regular job, or with practice and good consistency and a good mentality, OFP will reward you with a large account balance against which you could potentially trade. So that's the scaling plan in its most basic way. Hopefully I've explained it in a way that's understandable for people. If not, please go over it again, have a look at the table. This information is also provided on the website, and please do email or go to the Discord community. Now, also we have some questions which have come up regularly regarding the scaling plan. So the first one is, why does it take so long? A lot of the time people look at day trading and prop trading firms as trying to give people access to money quickly and make them wealthy rapidly, but that's not really what the aim of the scaling plan is. OFP is a company that's placing a lot of trust in you. We want to make sure that we reward those who are consistent, good at risk management, etc. So we're trying to make sure that over the time, whilst we're rewarding you, we're also really instilling the habits that are important for you to develop in order for you to be a lifelong successful trader. As I said, 4 years or 2.5 years even in the span of a lifetime isn't that great. And you could say that 3 or 4 years time, you will be in a completely different place financially in your abilities as a trader, and that would be life-changing all the same. The next question we get regularly is, what happens if you don't meet the scaling requirements? So would I become unscaled, so to speak? Would I take a step back? No. If you don't meet the scaling plan requirements, your account balance against which you're trading isn't touched, and you can continue to trade. the first month you make 15% is considered as the month that initiates the scaling plan. So if you've been successful, if you've been scaling for a year and you've increased your balance by 25% 3 times over, and then the next month you only manage to get 5%, or you may even make a loss within the rules, you're not going to have an unscaling or a resetting of any kind. If it takes you 6 months and then in month 7 again you manage to get 15%, that will restart the scaling system, and if you get 4 months consecutively after that, you're then scaled up again. So there is no unscaling or resetting of the scaling system. Another question is, do the months have to be consecutive? Now, OFP is looking for consistency, good risk management, so yes, the months must be consecutive. This means that if you get 4 months of 15% spread over a year, scaling won't occur. That's as simply as it can be put. This is really following our aims of just seeking out and rewarding the most consistent traders. There would be no good for us as a company and for you if we just reward you every time you do well in a month, if say you only have 1 successful month out of 12 because you're not consistent, you may not have learned the mentality needed or the risk management or simply the skill yet, and so this will push you hopefully to improve those abilities, and then once you become even more consistent, the scaling plan will hopefully kick in as the returns are met, which are needed. Another question, is it an average of 15% per month, or do I have to actually get those exact numbers? So what people tend to ask is it simply I have to get 15% every month, or is it an average? So do I need to get 60% over 4 months? And the difference, I guess, would be that could you perhaps just get 10%, 10%, 10%, and then 30% and still get scaled? Or does it have to be 15%? So the answer is you have to get 15% each month at least, and it's not an average. Again, this fits nicely with our aim to see consistency, good risk management, and a good mentality approach. Again, if we encouraged this idea that you just have to get 60% over 4 months in any order you want, this would most likely encourage some people who may have only had 2 or 3% for 3 months to suddenly start increasing the amount of risk they're taking in order to try and get those massive returns to get the 60% for scaling. And this isn't consistent with what we're aiming to instill in traders, and so that's not something that we're going to do. So yes, you have to get at least 15% each month for 4 months to reach scaling. Does scaling apply to all accounts? In short, yes. It's applied to all OFP regular accounts, so this includes the 26% and 15% monthly payout splits. All account sizes are included from £5 to £100,000 or the currency you decide to trade in. All currencies offered by OFP are also included in the scaling, and the supercharged accounts are also included in the scaling, as they are also lifelong accounts. So if you'd like more information on the OFP scaling plan, please go to our website where we have terms and conditions, where we have the scaling plan also written out in words and in the theory with tables as well. Email our support lines or go to our Discord community where we have admins ready to help, and also some of our other community already understands the scaling and tends to do a very good job at explaining it to other traders in ways we may not have come up with. If this video has been helpful, then please leave a like and subscribe. And we are constantly creating content that aims to help you as a trader, make you more profitable, give you a better understanding of the way OFP works. And so by leaving a like and subscribing, it tells us exactly what kind of stuff you're looking for. So please also leave a comment. Thank you very much.